Hello, my name is Mr. Telford, and I'm Head of Philosophy, Religion and Ethics at Beacon Academy, and I'm really excited to have this chance to talk you through the A-level course that we're offering in Philosophy, Religion and Ethics. Now, if I were with you in person, I would probably show you this picture. It's a visualization of a famous thought experiment by Philippa Foot. Imagine you're this person here, and you see an out-of-control train hurtling towards 5 other people. Now, you have a choice. You can do nothing, or you can flip the switch, in which case the train will go and just kill one person. It seems fairly obvious, right? But when you think about it, what about this guy? He has had no say in your decision, and why should you get to decide whether he lives or dies? What if I phrase the question slightly differently? What if I take the same guy, but this time, instead of 5 people on a track, I've got 5 patients, all of whom need a different organ transplant? Am I okay simply to kill this guy and take his organs? After all, at the end of the day, the result is exactly the same. 5 people live and 1 person dies. But we feel more uncomfortable about this scenario than the other. What if you hear a knocking at your door and you open it to find a man holding a bloody knife asking where your best friend is? Now, if you're like me, you probably want to tell them a lie and close the door in their face. But you might be surprised to know that one of the most famous and influential philosophers of all time, Immanuel Kant, said that actually you should tell this person the truth. After all, even people carrying knives covered in blood deserve to be treated like human beings. If this story shocks you, angers you, or excites you, then maybe studying philosophy, religion, and ethics is right for you. At Beacon Academy, our course is split into 3 sections: philosophy, ethics, and the developments in religious thought. We study with the OCR exam board, looking at their religious studies specification. There are 3 exams, each consisting of 3 different essays, and there is no coursework throughout the course. In philosophy, we look at ancient philosophical influences. So we look at the debates between Plato and Aristotle and their ideas of how we come to know about the world. We look at the nature of the soul, mind, and body, and ask the question of whether you are more than just a physical body, or whether there's something more to a human being. We look at arguments about the existence or the non-existence of God. We look at the nature and impact of religious experience on people, the challenge for religious belief of the problem of evil. We look at ideas about what God is like if he is real, and we look at the issues of religious and philosophical language. In ethics, we look at normative ethical theories, so that's 2 different ways that philosophers have argued that we should try and live our lives. And we look at how those ethical theories apply to 2 issues today. So we'll be looking at euthanasia and business ethics. We look at ethical language and thought, many of the words we use every day, like good, bad, right and wrong. We look at what those words actually mean in a philosophical context. We look at debates surrounding the significance of the idea of conscience, that little voice in your head that tells you whether something is good and bad. We look at whether it's important and where it might come from. And we look at sexual ethics. In developments in religious thought, we look at questions like, what is God like? How do you follow your religion under a regime like the Nazis? Who is Jesus and why does he matter to so many people? Is religion oppressive? What do religions actually say about gender? And can a Christian be a communist? We look at thinkers like Plato and Aristotle, Descartes, Immanuel Kant, Jeremy Bentham, Philippa Foot, and G.E.M. Anscombe. Philosophy, religion, and ethics is really useful when studying other subjects like sociology, law, psychology, English literature, history, or the arts. Our teaching staff at Beacon Academy consists of me, Mr. Telford, and Mr. Howarth. Together we will teach you the entire content over 2 years, ready for your exams at the end of year 13. We will also teach you skills like critical thinking, being able to analyse different ideas and put them into practice. We'll talk you through how to discuss and debate ideas competently. We'll teach you to be able to disagree with people in a respectful manner. And we'll teach you to improve your writing so that you can write in a rigorous academic style. The course requires a lot of reading, which will be really helpful when you go to university because it's one of the main requirements for most humanities courses. Philosophy and ethics helps you in careers like becoming a lawyer, a politician, a medical researcher, an academic, an activist, a charity worker, a business person, or a teacher. But philosophy, religion, and ethics isn't just about the career paths or opportunities for further study. It's about more than that. Plato told this story. Imagine you've got a bunch of people trapped underground in a cave. They only see the shadows that are on a wall. Now, if you only see shadows your entire life, you start to think that the shadows are reality, that the world is really black and white and two-dimensional and flat. Now, sometimes it can feel like that, can't it? Do you ever feel like you're just getting a glimpse of reality, just staring at shadows? If you ever feel like that, maybe it's time to do something radical. Maybe it's time to turn the shadows off, to turn up to philosophy class and learn how to leave the cave. If you're interested in this course or have any questions, please feel free to email me at t.telford@beaconacademy.org. I look forward to hearing from you and hope to see some of you in September.